Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue with the question answers of history, lesson number 11, political formations in the 18th century. The first question is like this: who were the kingmakers? Why were they called so? Answer: Abdullah Khan Bara and Hussein Ali Khan Bara were the kingmakers. Since they chose who was to be made king, they were known as the kingmakers. The answer is complete. Second question: What is the significance of Kanga and Kara for the Sikhs? Answer: Kanga or comb is the symbol of cleanliness. Just as when we comb our hair, we take out the broken strands of hair. Similarly, we should comb out the bad thoughts from our mind. And kada or bracelet, it acts as the reminder to stop a person when he raises his hand to do anything wrong. Answer is completed. Third question: how did Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan make Mysore powerful? Both Hyder Ali and Tipu modernized the army and introduced a new efficient weapon. With the help of the French, Hyder Ali established a modern arsenal at Dindugal. Tipu Sultan made effort to build modern navy. In the second half of the 18th century, Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan made Mysore very powerful. Tipu was known as the Tiger of Mysore. The answer is complete. The question: write any two conditions that Shivaji agreed to by the Treaty of Purandar. Answer: as per the treaty, Shivaji agreed to accept Aurangzeb as his overlord and pay him an annual tribute. Second number, surrender 23 forts to Aurangzeb. And one more you can add, meet Aurangzeb at his court. Answer is completed. Fifth question: under which Peshwa was the Maratha power at its greatest? Why do you think so? Answer: under Shivaji, the Marathas' power was at its greatest. The Marathas became well organized under the leadership of Shivaji. Shivaji dreamed of establishing a large empire, so he used the guerrilla warfare and captured many forts near Pune. The man who carved out a powerful kingdom in the Konkan region was Shivaji. Answer is completed. Next one, D exercise, that is give long answers for the following questions. First number, discuss the role of Shivaji in establishing and strengthening the Maratha Empire. Answer: the Marathas became well organized under the leadership of Shivaji. He dreamt of establishing a large empire, so he used the guerrilla warfare and captured many forts near Pune. The Marathas had a humble origin. Till the early 17th century, they were minor chieftains serving in the kingdom of Ahmednagar, Bijapur, and Golconda. When these kingdoms became weak, the Marathas declared themselves independent. The man who carved out a powerful kingdom in the Konkan region was Shivaji. Second question: who were the Peshwas? How did they strengthen the Maratha power? Answer: Peshwas were chief ministers. They came after Shivaji. In the 18th century, power passed into the hands of the Peshwas. It was under them that Marathas became the dominant regional powers. From 1713 to 1761, the Peshwa controlled the Maratha Empire. In 1713, Shivaji's grandson Shahu appointed Balaji Vishwanath as his Peshwa or chief minister. He was an able administrator and helped Shahu control the Maratha chief. The Peshwa became the real decision maker. They strengthened the Maratha power by taking advantage of the weakness of the latter Mughals to capture more territories. The Marathas got the right to collect Chauth and Sardeshmukhi from 6 provinces in the Deccan. Now the answer is completed. Next question. Write short notes on Savaj Raja Jai Singh, Sikh missiles and the Ashtapradhan. First one we are going to start with Savai Raja Jai Singh. Answer. Savai Raja Jai Singh was the most powerful ruler of the Rajput in the 18th century. He encouraged the teaching and learning of science. Savai Raja Jai Singh founded the city of Jaipur and made it his capital. He was interested in astronomy and built many observatories. The next one is the Sikh missiles. Answer. The Sikh formed 12 political groups called missiles. Each missile controlled a specific area and had a leader. Towards the end of the 18th century, Maharaja Ranjit Singh was the leader. The last one, that is the third one, is the Ashtapradhan. Shivaji was fearless soldier and he was an successful administrator also. He had a council of 8 ministers called the Ashtapradhan to advise him. The word comes from Sanskrit and means important. Important 8. And the 8 ministers were as follows: Peshwa, Senapati, Nyadish, Majumdar, Pant Sachiv, Sumanta and Mandri. And the last one is the Dandat Adhyaksha. So the question answers of lesson number 11 history is completed. You have to learn the question answers, fill in the blanks, true or false for the annual exam, and the annual exam portion is going to be set like this. History lesson number 7, 8, 9 and 11. Civics lesson number 5, 7 and 9. Total in history and civics there are 7 lessons. So you start preparing for the exam and make question answers of these lessons also, so that it can be submitted whenever it is asked. You have to prepare the notes also. Don't waste time without studying. You make that copy of these lessons only, and the other things you don't have to make now. The which one you didn't make for the half yearly, but you have to make for the annual. History 4 lessons are there and civics 3 lessons are there. You make it together in the same copy, okay, and you study for the exam.